Welcome back, 2 p.m. with the Trigger. We're back on a Monday once again, kicking off a whole new week of great content, interviews, discussions to help you shine on camera and shine on stage to elevate you and your brand authority. That's what we're all about at Rock the Stage Media. And of course, we have great, amazing guests, and we often collaborate with other great companies, organizations doing wonderful things. We're going to get back into another discussion today with Marker APeel, and Shanon Peel is going to join me in just a minute. They have a new symposium going on. It's all about a healthy life, living a better life, and we will share the information how you can get better in touch with that. But symposiums, virtual events, they're exciting, they're fun, they're also a challenge to put together. If you're streaming along with us today, put in the chat. How are you doing with virtual events? Is it become boring, drab? Are you finding them exciting, engaging? You need help kind of maybe pumping them back up to breathe life into your virtual events. Let us know what's going on, because virtual is not going away. It's here to stay. And the one thing I coach and help people with is you got to treat it like TV. Part of the reason virtual events are so tough, you're treating it just like an average event. Part of what makes a great show is you turn it into it's television. Think like TV, produce like TV, present like TV, and you are going to have a lot more fun doing it and get greater results. But right now, Shanon Peel from Marker APeel, she's the founder of Marker APeel. Numerous events have been done, and Rock the Stage loves to partner up, get together, and I have fun co-hosting with this lady right here, Shanon Peel.
Hello.
So we're off to another 2-day event, another 2-day symposium, and this is living healthy for a healthy life. And this is one that people asked us to do, right? This is one that people requested for one of the hot topics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because people want to know how to live healthy, how to live longer, how to be happier in life, whether it's your mental health or your physical health. This has been, we had our first day today, lots of interesting information and everything from how to do things to amazing inspirational stories.
Well, and when you talk about health, you have to get a little bit personal. You get a little bit vulnerable, which, again, we talk about it more and more right now. There's a craving for intimacy on virtual events, on broadcast events. People are wanting to hear the real. And we heard that today. We heard some people give some really meaty, deep personal stuff.
We did. And you even gave me a test on health and I failed.
But that's part of the fun of when we do these different topics. We've covered leadership, we've covered PR, we've gone down different lanes, but we found that some of the tough ones that may feel tougher actually have a higher engagement, because we're opening up the conversation, giving them permission to come join us. And people are wanting that meaty stuff, aren't they?
They are. And what I really liked about today is we had a good mix. You know, we had someone that it helps people manage their pain and get rid of their pain, really. And then we had a doctor who gave us some insight into life in the hospital and what it's like working in the hospital. And she helps people change their way of communicating in order to take the power away from bullies and be happier at work. And by being happier at work, you reduce your stress. And Rich, you shared your story and how you were basically dead and kicking, but it was your mental health that helped ensure that you are still here today.
Yeah. And again, there was so many different dynamics. Tomorrow's going to be much the same. But the thing that stuck out to me the most, and I wish we could have gone way deeper on this, is the Sunday night stress. Mm-hmm. And that got brought out in our second speaker. And they got into this whole thing of stress can be controlled, managed. There's ways to de-stress and everything else. But they said there's a phenomenon that's getting more discussion, being greater exposed, whatever you want to say. But the idea is Sunday nights is a precursor to the Monday blues.
Yeah.
And it cripples people trying to live a healthy, fun life. And I was blown away by how she wrapped that up and talked about it.
Yeah, I really love the hero stories that were happening today, because you told your story from a hero's point of view, and her story, she had a villain. She had this bully that made her life hell at work. And the amount of people leaving the hospital and checking out of being employees of the hospital and going to a different hospital. So the employee turnover was really like, what'd you say, 90%? And, that's a huge amount of people. And yet these toxic people seem to get into these environments and they don't leave. Everyone else leaves around them. So her story of how she went from being the victim of this bully to reframing the way that she talked to this person and told her story really showed the power of being able to reframe, being able to understand the other person before you talk to them made such a huge difference. And now that's what she does. She goes out and helps other health professionals and hospitals and things learn how to talk to each other.
Well, and it's interesting about the toxic work environment because she does specialize in that. But people are finding that more people are wanting to stay home, and the virtual world is being really pushed to continue on in the workplace. Now, CEOs, founders, high-level executives are saying, no, get back in the office, get back in the office. But I think one of the things that we're touching on is there is a toxicity in the workplace, more than people really talk about. We talk about bully with kids being teased, ridiculed, wedgies, everything. We don't talk about it in the workplace, but it's just as real. And those Sunday night blues to going back to the workplace, to not wanting to be there. It's not that they don't want to do the job. They just don't want to be in a environment that's not healthy.
Exactly. Like she didn't want to go in and like this lady was throwing things at her.
Yeah.
Here's a doctor with 30 years experience getting bullied by somebody with 5 years experience. Wow. And this is what's happening. And you're right about people not wanting to go into the workforce. There's a study that I was reading where they asked people and they said 63 to 64% of the X generation want to work from home. 44% of the millennials want to work from home and 22% of Gen Z want to work from home. So, like Gen Z being new, they want to get that mentorship.
Yeah, they want to get back to the relationship, the touching, the feel, and the interaction. Yeah.
And get to that mentorship and learn. But the X generation just don't want to be in the workforce in the workplace anymore because they find that it's easier, more productive, less stress working from home.
I'm curious if others are finding the correlation between not returning to the in-person office, and then if they are connecting the two, toxic environment, or if they're missing it. I wonder if they're just not wanting to look lift, and they're not seeing it. But there is a whole thing of I just want to stay home because I've got my walls, I got my children, I got my backyard, I got whatever. I don't want to go in and fight the people, but I can do the work. I'd be very curious to see what that healthy life balance discussion becomes in a year or two.
Yeah. You're making a good point because it's a lot of times it's not the work that stresses us out.
No.
It's the people around us and the way that they talk to us and the way that we talk to them that results in this stress, as Dr. Nan pointed out.
Well, and the number one reason people leave a job, it's not because they're overworked, underpaid. It's because their boss or that office cubicle is hell.
Yeah.
And that's the number one reason people leave. They leave because of other people. And again, if we could explore that more, find out what's healthy, unhealthy, it would add to your joy of life because we spend 80% of our days working for somebody else usually. Mm-hmm. And there's got to be joy in that or you're not going back.
Exactly. But what one of the things that I talk about from stage and teach people is how to reframe your story. It should be to be the hero of your story.
Yes. And
come into how you interact with people as a hero instead of as a victim, so that bully victim dynamic actually breaks apart because you got the villain, but the hero, you're not being as affected by their behavior. And then you can change their behavior by understanding them, having empathy, telling a story a different way. And that's very important because if you want to reduce the stress in work, if you want people to be happy, if you want people to be there, you need the right people in your team. You need to bring people together based on values and goals and objectives instead of hard skills and these diversity things. Like I've been applying for jobs,
Yeah.
right? And you get to the end of the application, and this part is longer than the application half the time.
Yes.
It says, what color is your skin? What sexual orientation are you? What gender are you? Are you a veteran? Do you have a disability? Here's all the definitions of everything.
Yes.
And how do you answer that? How do you answer that without, like, I look at that and go, oh my goodness, I don't want to say some things because, right. As much as corporations want diversity, they're looking at it the wrong way. Well, and people are judging you. You're walking in and they're going, well, yeah, well, she's going to be a real problem because she has this disability or whatever it is. You don't want to start your life at this new place with a label hanging over you.
Well, that was part of our discussion today that I think all three speakers touched on is the aspect of the mental side of having a healthy life. We think about the diet, we think about the food, we think about pumping iron, we think about going for a jog to live a healthy life. But the mental side that you're discussing now about how all those dumb you can only fill out so many applications before you're like, I've done this. And I just cut and paste and send this in because you can burn out. So your mental set has got to help you. You have to find ways to find joy, happiness, a release, find something as you do those menial jobs like job applying. You have to find a healthy balance so you don't just give up and say, screw it, I'm done.
Exactly. Well, I find that a lot of times these applications are so difficult or so long, and they're asking for information way before it needs to be in there. Yes. Like it's like basically you're doing the interview. They're asking you behavioral interview questions.
Yeah. And so how do you find joy in that?
But when it's that hard, like when it's that time consuming and the return is, okay, I might get a phone call. You just don't do it because I can apply for 10 positions this way in the time that it would take me to apply for this one. And I don't, and with the ghosting that happens on both sides of the job search, it can be very stressful.
Well, coming up tomorrow, we got day 2 of the symposium. Who's going to be popping in tomorrow? What are some of the themes you're going to cover tomorrow? What are we getting into for more of this living that healthy life?
Well, we have 3 great speakers tomorrow. Dr. Mort is going to be there to talk about, well, he helps people with their anger, but I'm really interested to find out what he's going to talk about this time. We have Emmanuel Rose coming in and talking about how to be healthier by connecting with nature and being out in the real world and letting Mother Nature soothe and refresh you. And we have Ms. Ottawa coming, not Miss Ottawa as in beauty queen, but that's her last name is Ottawa. I'm not going to try and pronounce her first name because I would get it wrong, but she's going to come out and share her thoughts on health and how to be more healthy in your day-to-day life.
So again, this is coming up tomorrow. It's day 2 of the Live Healthy, how to live a healthy, long life. The QR code is up, as you can see. Hit the QR code, and what do they get when they go to the QR code?
They can let me know, and they will get the link to tomorrow. But you know what, Rich? I'm going to do something.
Okay.
I'm going to do something that I don't regularly do, that I do not normally do.
Okay.
I am going to share a link to today's
event.
Recording.
To today's
recording.
All right.
And it'll be up for 48 hours. So anyone can watch it. Like I'm just going to put.
Drop it in the main chat for everyone to grab and get off the replay.
Yeah. What does it say? Private chat. Okay. It says private chat. I don't want private chat.
No, you drop it in the private chat. I will drop it in the main chat, and we will have
Thank
this.
you.
There it is. Look at
that.
So
here is the link. You can watch today's 3 speakers and get more of what we're talking about in order to help you live a long and healthy life. And maybe tomorrow I won't fail the quiz. Maybe.
We'll see what we pull out. And it's kind of fun to keep you on your toes. We start
Yeah,
at
well, you
11,
know, chocolate for breakfast wasn't really the best choice, was it?
we start at 11 o'clock Eastern time. And what time we start on Pacific? Way on the other side of the world over there.
8 a.m.
8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and 11 Eastern Time. It's a 2-hour event. 3 amazing speakers. Interact with us, learn, grow, and live a healthier life as you get to come to Market APeel Symposium.
I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope everyone out there that comes by and learn how to reduce your stress. Watch today's things to find out how you can reduce your stress at work and be healthier mentally, and use your mental to heal, be more mentally healthy at work, and be happier at work, and how to relieve the pain that you may be feeling physically in your body. So,
And if you're watching this on the and if you're watching this on the replay, we will make sure that we take this link, put it on the replay side of things, so you can get it right off whatever platform, because we're streaming on multiple platforms, Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. live with the Trigger. Shanon Peel from Marker APeel. Great to have you back and drop on in once again, Shanon.
Talk to you.
So that's going to do it for 2 p.m. live today. We will put that link into the main body of the description. Come and join us, but watch that. Let's see what's going on with Market APeel and see what's going on with this particular symposium. It's free. There's no cost. You come and join us to get to interact with us. Here's some amazing speakers and maybe learn some insights about how you can live that more joyful, happy, healthy life with, hey, who doesn't want a more healthy life, right? Hey, that's going to do it for today. I'm the Trigger Rich Bontrager. We'll see you back here tomorrow, 2 p.m. live once again.